Hi, today I'm making oxtails. I am going to stew them with some vegetables, and when they're almost done, I'm probably going to add some potatoes and carrots. I'm about to go to the store for those. But this is one way of a few ways that I do them. This one is just a quick stew that you could get going. Takes about 2 hours or so, depending how tender you like your oxtail. You can also, do all the stir fry and then put it in a pressure cooker for probably 40 minutes, 30 minutes, check it, and also a slow cooker for a few hours. You'll get this delicious thick gravy. You can eat it with white rice, with veggies. Oh, it's just so yummy. So what we have here, I have 3 packages of oxtails for this recipe. In total is about 4 pounds. I'm using some cilantro. I'm also using ajíes dulce, these sweet little peppers, Puerto Rican style. And I'm putting 3 cloves of garlic. I'm cutting up really small 1 onion, 1 pepper, and I'm adding a tablespoon of this Alcaparrado, which is olives mixed with capers and pimientos. And I'm also adding a teaspoon of capers. So what I'm going to start doing is, in a pot, I'm going to put some olive oil, and I'm going to cut everything up, and then I'm going to start sauteing. Then once everything is sauteed is when I add my oxtails and about 3 to 4 cups of water. If you have beef stock, that would be 100 times better, but I don't have beef stock today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go clean my veggies, cut them up. So as you can see, I've cut up the onions, I've cut the pepper up, I've cut the little ajíes, I've cut my garlic and my cilantro. So basically what I'm going to do first, I'm going to start stir frying the onions, the peppers, and the little ají, the little tiny green peppers. And then when that's a little more rendered down, I'm going to add garlic, my cilantro, and a tablespoon of sugar. Also at this time, while you have your veggies cooking, you can season your oxtails. What I'm seasoning my oxtails with today is some ground powdered garlic. Just a hefty amount. Some sea salt. I'm being a little generous here because it is going to cook for about 2 hours. But don't go crazy, but generous amount. Okay, and some crushed black pepper. So now you're going to mix this all around, and you're going to put it on the side till you're ready for it. Great, so here's my pan. The olive oil's been heating up. Don't put too much because remember, oxtails are very fatty. We just need a little bit so we can stir fry vegetables.
Oh my gosh, look how delicious this is.
There they go. And just the minute they hit the pan, they already start smelling so yummy. Alrighty, so we're just going to stir fry them up. I would say for about 5 to 7 minutes, and then I'm going to add the garlic and the cilantro and the olive mix and the capers. Yummy. Loving it. Great, so now it's been about 6 minutes. You can add the rest of the veggies, the garlic, the celery, the cilantro, the olive mix, the capers. You're going to keep stir frying this up for about another 3 to 5 minutes. Then you're going to add a little bit of white sugar, about a tablespoon. And then we're going to add our oxtails. Alright, so there you go. That mix has been about 5 minutes. Now I'm going to add my oxtails that I have already seasoned. I'm going to add 4 cups of water, or if you have beef broth. And I'm going to move it. I'm actually going to add 2 more cups of water. Bring the veggies all the way from the bottom so you could get all that flavor from the pot. Get those scrapings out. So I got 2 more cups of water. Now this, I'm going to mix it up. I'm going to cover it and I'm going to let it cook for about 40 minutes before I check it. Then after that, I'm probably going to leave it another hour to an hour and a half, depending how tender I want the oxtails. Great, so it's been about 40 minutes. Look at how it's rendered down. What I like to do is, you see this area here, I like to scrape it out. And I'll just dump that. That's if it happens to yours. And we're going to move it around. Yummy, look at that. I can feel that it's still hard. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to lower it to a medium heat. And I'm going to cover it for an hour and a half. In an hour, I'm going to add a potato if it comes on time. So look at that. See? Like that gravy's already starting It's already starting to come out. All those delicious little veggies that you put in there gave it all that flavor. What you do at this time, if you want, you could also try it. Taste it. See if you think it needs salt or a little more pepper. Let's see. It's perfect. The gravy's going to get thicker. Right now I'm going to cover it. I lowered the heat. It was on high for all that time. I'm going to put it to medium now. I'm going to cover it for another hour to hour and a half. Great, so here finally is, I left it an hour and 40 minutes more. It is ready. I ended up not putting the potato and the carrot. I want to show you the gravy. Look at that. Yum. It gets a little thicker as it gets cool. Another thing that you do and I like to do with my oxtails is I definitely like to let it cool a little bit, and I like to skim the fat. See? You just skim the fat a little bit. Because remember, oxtails are very greasy and they're oily, but they are so delicious. We just love oxtails. So this was my quick recipe making stewed oxtails. I have two other ways, but this is one quick way. And I say quick because to prep is really quick. And then basically you just leave everything in a pot. And if you have a slow cooker, you leave it for like in the morning, then you go to work, come home, and you have deliciousness in the pot. Yum, so here are my delicious oxtails. Look at them. They're so juicy. They're so tender. Oh my gosh, look at that heat. So what you could pair these up with is a nice juicy, a nice crusty bread, or some polenta, or some rice and beans, or some moro de gandules or arroz con gandules, or white rice, or even just veggies on the side. Look at this. Yummy. And here's another way you could have it. I served it up with some rice and beans together, which is moro de habichuela roja. And let's see how it goes. Just gonna take a little piece. That gravy, so good. So good. That gravy, the oxtail, so good. Thank you for watching my videos. I hope you keep watching and you make this delicious recipe for oxtails. Yummy, look at that. Yum, yum, yum. Keep watching.